look at the mural and I see, years and years of our ancestors and our parents, our grandparents fighting for our land. It's got a lot represented on it. I look at it and I'm just full of pride because our people are strong. It's amazing what they've done, what we've done.
Just to look at our land and how vast it is, and that we do need to protect it because it is our land. I mean, it was a gift from the Creator and given to our people to protect it, to take care of it. It's pretty awesome. I'm going to do more roadblocks just to get that feeling again.
I'd say at first I was a little bit uncomfortable, but then I had a lot of fun because I actually like painting. And it was nice to be part of something that meant so much.
It was actually very exciting. It was like, hey, I know this person. I'm related to them.
Every time I look at it, it amazes me. And yeah, it's beautiful.
It's pretty cool. I liked it, but it's a little bit emotional too. And at first, I didn't know the meaning of this piece right here. And then Daryl, he told us the story behind it. And I thought it was fun learning about everything that's on this mural.
Our beautiful pole here that was put up in 1936. And look back at our chiefs, how they tricked the government, the Indian agent, by saying they were going to raise the pole for the king, but the real reason was to let the generations to come know who we are and where we come from. And so we played the part. We had British flags all over the pole, and even had a sign saying, "God save the king," which is pretty awesome because our people are pretty smart.
Well, the excuse for the pole, apparently it was raised for the king, but this represents who we are. It represents our language, our culture, our people, our land. This pole is a lot of meaning to everyone. Everyone in the village, everyone who's heard of it. It's beautiful.
I did this Thunderbird right up here, with the fish farm on fire. I also did the totem pole, and surprisingly it's not too bad. I'm pretty proud of myself, considering I don't paint.
I painted the raven, and I also painted this wild salmon. And it also says wild in it, which I think is pretty cool.
It was a very amazing experience. And I actually didn't know this happened until you guys showed us that video. And it was nice to know like what our community did for our fish.
For me, it's sad, you know, that these fish farms are allowed in our waters by the government, and they contain diseases, and they are passing them on to the food, our wild salmon, our oolikins that come into our river. And you know, it's sad seeing our wild salmon come into our river with sea lice. And
we definitely need these fish farms out of our waters in order for our salmon to come back. Otherwise, what's going to happen? What's going to happen with the wildlife around us? What would we do without salmon? I couldn't imagine life without it, because I love it so much with our gleetna.
I think it's important to be healthy and stuff. And fish is healthy, like when you eat it, so kind of need more of that. And we need the fish farms to get out so we can get this fish all healthy, you know?
I feel really disappointed in the people who run the fish farms. I think it's disrespectful to the fish and to our food sources and stuff, because the fish don't deserve the lice and don't deserve the diseases.
It was upsetting, definitely, to see like all those fish that were in the pens. They didn't look right at all. It was, compared to our wild salmon, kind of reminded me of the whole like residential school. I heard a story from an elder saying that they put them in rooms with these kids, told them to play with them like they had to, but they were diseased and it was contagious and ended up affecting them too, and it was really bad. So I kind of thought about that with the fish. Why the hell did they do that? Like, that wasn't right. Like, was it a fear? Probably. Because they didn't know us. They just thought that it was right just to like force us to learn like just English and almost destroy our culture. I'm definitely a bit sensitive when it comes to this. And like the least they can do is just back off. Like respect our lands. That's not. Sorry. This mural, it means a lot to me. Especially since I could help with it. But to see us standing up to like some shitty ass company thinking that it's okay just to ruin our lands, and like the animals. Because one day, maybe it's not going to be here. And for the fish farms, they could just back the fuck off.
It was empowering because at the end of it, you know, I was there for our next generation. So my unborn son, my daughter, my nieces, my nephews, and knowing that we're fighting to save our lifeline for them was all I needed to know.
It's such a good visual reminder of the strength of our people. It shows years and years of resistance. Like, we've never said yes. We've never ever caved on anything. We don't have any treaties. We've never made any agreements to give our land away or our territory away. And it's almost like now we can see it visually all together, which is so strong because it's like our ancestors are here with us.
Well, it brings a lot of pride in seeing our old chiefs that are standing beside our chiefs of today. We always know that they're with us in these times that we go through. But to see it on the mural that they're standing beside us, behind us, and our leaders of today are fighting this battle with the industries. I just feel that they're looking down on us, being proud of us.
Okay, I put this in a different way. They don't look like real salmon. They don't, like, some of their heads are bigger than their bodies, and like, look what people are doing to them. Like, I mean, I could imagine if I was a fish. I don't think I want my head to be like bigger than my body. And I definitely would be doing something about it. But I mean, it'd be kind of hard if I had like fins. But I don't know. I just know that if I was at a fish farm right now, I'd probably be lighting it on fire. I'd go to every single fish farm and light it on fire. And I'll just be like, watch your garbage burn, because like what you're doing is affecting not only us, but like could affect the whole world, from diseased fish swimming in rivers, killing off animals. Like if a bear eats it, it's gonna die. And if I went to a fish farm, I would tell those bitches to fuck off and to get off our land, like we said, with those eviction letters, because we're serious, whether we look like we are or not. Like, there's chiefs that were there, and they were disrespecting them. Like, imagine how many people would be going up there and probably whipping their asses and burning their fish farms down. And when we do more stuff like that, I hope that one day I can. But I'll make sure that obviously there's nobody around. I'd say that also I'm upset about how residential school started, because that's a big thing. It's not only fish, it's residential schools and their meaningless apology that they gave to us. They read it from a paper apologizing to all these people, one person for the government, on a paper. And he didn't even look at anyone, which is like when I saw that, I just wanted to punch him. Like, I don't know, people don't understand what we can do. If we can turn like a company, a big company around, and I mean, it wasn't us, but it was some Aboriginal people. If they can turn that around, imagine what we can do. Like, if we gather around together, you guys are going down hardcore. You won't even like look like you existed there. That's how fucking like powerful we are. So as shaky as I am right now from all the adrenaline rushing, you should be that shaky for how fucking scared you should be. Like, there have been like people, like this story about a freaking cannibal who, you know, went after people. Like, that is how pissed off I am. I will go after you like a cannibal. I won't eat you, but I will tear your thing down. I will fuck it up. Just like you fucked up everything, like with residential schools, with all the fish, you fucked it up and made it hard for First Nations people. People are depressed. They're getting put down by their own people. That's not how it should be. I got put down by like some of my own family because of how they were treated in residential schools, because they weren't taught how to be actual parents. It's just like, how can you do that? How can you hurt someone because they look different, because they speak differently, because it's not happening to you? What if those were your fish? What if you were put on reserves and told you weren't allowed to move? What if you were told you weren't allowed to show your art or dance, or that you're not allowed to raise a totem pole unless it's for some white person? And I'm not trying to be racist because I'm not like that. But I have had to work on myself so much that I don't feel so upset. And when I come here, I feel like home and comfortable and around people who actually care. And I wanted to keep feeling like that, other than like wanting to learn about my language, something I should already know. I should know what the dances mean. I should know their stories. I should just know. Like, I don't get it. Like, how heartless can people be? Like, our own people turn against each other because they don't feel loved. Because they don't know anything anymore. Like, Campbell River. I come here and I can feel comfortable in 2 days. I swear to God, if I see someone laugh or try and tell me something dumb about my culture, I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. Because that's not the kind of person I am. I'm not going to cry like a freaking baby because I feel like you're going to tear me down. Because I'm going to keep fighting until the day I die, and that's why you should be scared. Because until I die, you guys are going to be fucking running for your lives. And you're not going to just be giving one stupid, meaningless little apology. There are going to be fucking people on your asses, and you're going to be hated. You can't tear a culture down when there's people who are so powerful and who will stick up for each other. Because obviously that's something that you guys can't do unless
unless you're in trouble because your company might be going down. And one thing I love about being Aboriginal is I know that I always have someone who's got my back. And something I could say for you guys is you might not always have that, because I know that when we're on people's asses, they're gonna fucking back down. And the people that don't, they're gonna be screaming like little bitches. And that's it.